One picture destroyed my relationship. Am I the a-hole for sending a meme instead of taking my girlfriend seriously? I was 23 years old, and my girlfriend and I had been together for more than 3 years. Like most couples, we'd had our ups and downs, but we'd always managed to work through things by communicating. One important thing about me is that I have a very sarcastic sense of humor. My friends know I'm always joking around, sometimes even making fun of people, but it's never meant to be serious. Sure, there were a few times I crossed the line, but I'd usually apologize afterward. Recently, I'd discovered this picture from a cartoon of a guy named Jeremy sleeping on a couch. For some reason, I thought it was the funniest reaction image ever. Whenever someone sent a really long message, I'd reply with the sleeping Jeremy picture as if to say, "That's way too much to read." Most people ignored it, but I laughed every single time. Then came the moment that changed everything. My girlfriend was out of town visiting her family for the weekend. She sent me a long message explaining everything that was happening. Her parents were getting divorced. A family member was dealing with a serious illness. She was clearly overwhelmed and looking for support. The problem? I was in the middle of playing a game. Instead of stopping to read what she'd written, I sent the sleeping Jeremy picture. I thought it was hilarious. She immediately fired back with several messages. She said I never took anything seriously, that I joked about everything, that she couldn't count on me when she actually needed me. Looking back, this was the moment I should have apologized. Instead, I sent the sleeping Jeremy picture. Again, at the time, I honestly thought doubling down would make it even funnier. It didn't. She blocked me. I tried calling. I tried messaging her on every social media account I could think of. Nothing. The next day she came back home. She didn't argue. She didn't yell. She walked in, packed her things, picked up our cat, and left. I apologized over and over, telling her it was just a stupid joke. She never listened. After that, I never heard from her again. I think she even changed her phone number because none of my calls would go through. Then our mutual friends stopped talking to me too. And because she'd been paying most of the rent, I was afraid I was about to lose my apartment, all because of one stupid picture. If there's one thing I want people to take away from my story, it's this. Be careful with your jokes. Sometimes they're only funny to you. Make sure you follow for more videos posted daily. Update. Nearly 16 months later. A lot happened after my original post. Not long afterward, I actually got evicted because I couldn't afford the apartment by myself. I had to move back in with my parents and sleep on their couch while I figured out what to do next. Between losing my relationship, my apartment, and most of my friends, I became seriously depressed. Getting out of bed felt impossible. I even took time off work, pretending I was apartment hunting, when the truth was I barely had the energy to leave the couch. I kept trying to contact my ex anywhere she hadn't blocked me. At one point, I even drove to where she lived. She refused to see me, and her roommate told me to leave. Eventually, one of the few friends who still talked to me suggested I start meeting new people. They recommended trying a dating app or joining a board game club at my university. The dating apps went nowhere, mostly dead conversations and fake accounts. But the board game club turned out to be exactly what I needed. Once a week, I'd spend a few hours playing games, relaxing, and meeting people. Little by little, my mental health started improving. Eventually, I became friends with a girl who always came on the same night. After she completely destroyed me in a card game, we started talking more. We had a lot in common. Soon we were texting outside the club, then hanging out. Eventually, we even went on a couple of dates. Over time, I realized I was developing feelings for her. The problem was, I had no idea if she felt the same. Then everything hit me at once. I failed an important university exam because I'd been working overtime. I got into a huge argument with my parents. My depression started creeping back. I skipped board game night. I ignored her messages because I just didn't have the energy to talk. Then one Friday evening, while I was sitting on the couch scrolling through my phone, she sent me a really long message. She admitted she liked me. But she wasn't sure if we should start a relationship because she was worried about both my mental health and her own struggles. I read the whole thing. Then I had the worst idea imaginable. I thought, if everything's going to fall apart anyway, I might as well laugh. So I sent the sleeping Jeremy picture. Again. Yes, I know. It was a terrible decision. I expected to get blocked all over again. Instead, she replied with a laughing emoji. She told me she just realized how much she genuinely loved my sense of humor. She apologized for sending such a long message. She admitted she'd also had a rough week. Then she suggested we talk about our relationship in person. Fast forward 6 months. We were officially together. We found an apartment we could actually afford. And we were even planning to adopt a cat. Now, the sleeping Jeremy picture has become an inside joke between us. We still send it to each other every now and then. Looking back, it's funny. The same picture that completely destroyed one relationship ended up helping start another. Maybe it was never really about the meme. Maybe it was always about knowing the right time and the wrong time to use it. Relevant comments. It wasn't the picture that ended the relationship. It was the fact that she came to you looking for comfort during one of the hardest moments of her life, and you chose to make a joke instead. Commenter. The second meme wasn't the mistake. The first one already showed her exactly where she stood. So tell me, am I the a-hole?